हरि ओम। वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम्. In the Srimad Bhagavad Gita, it is declared that work done without attachment is marked as superior to work done in a spirit of sacrifice, which is itself higher than work done with selfish aims. Even the emancipated souls do work as the occasion arises. Janaka was the king of Mithila. Shankara says that Janaka and others worked lest people at large might go astray, convinced that their senses were engaged in activity. Even those who have not known the truth might adopt works for self-purification. Lokasangraha stands for the unity of the world, the interconnectedness of society. If the world is not to sink into a condition of physical misery and moral degradation, if the common life is to be decent and dignified, religious ethics must control social action. The aim of religion is to spiritualize society, to establish a brotherhood on earth. We must be inspired by the hope of embodying ideals in earthly institutions. Common people imitate the standards set by the elect. The Gita points out that the great men are the path makers who blaze the trail that other men follow. The light generally comes through individuals who are in advance of society. They see the light shining on the mountain heights while their fellows sleep in the valley below. Life of God and life of the world are not opposed to each other. Though the soul which is centered in the light has nothing further to accomplish for itself, it unites itself with the cosmic action, even as the divine does. Its activity will be inspired by the light and the joy of the Supreme. So, the Lord says, Jnani should not unsettle the minds of the ignorant who are attached to action. The enlightened man, doing all works in a spirit of yoga, should set others to act as well. Do not weaken religious devotion of any kind. The elements of duty, sacrifice and love seem to be the foundation of every religion. In the lower forms, they may be barely discernible and may center round certain symbols which are accessories to the principles which they uphold. These symbols are vital to those who believe in them. They become intolerable only if they are imposed on those who cannot accept them and when they are suggested to be absolute and final forms of human thought. Faith is wider than belief. Again, if we know the better and do not adopt it, then we commit a wrong. There are different planes of our conscious existence, and the self which becomes the ego attributes to self the agency for actions, forgetting the determinism of nature. According to Gita, when the ego soul is entirely subject to nature, it doesn't act freely. Body, life and mind belong to the side of the environment. But he who knows the true character of the two distinctions of the soul from the modes of nature and their works. Understanding that it is the modes which are acting on the modes doesn't get attached. Prakriti and its modes represent the limits of human freedom, such as the force of heredity and the pressure of environment. The empirical self is the product of the works, even as the whole cosmic process is the result of the operation of causes. We should not disturb those who act under the impulsion of nature. They should be slowly delivered from the false identification of the self with the ego subject to nature. The true self is the divine, eternally free and self-aware. The false self is the ego, which is a part of nature, which reflects the workings of Prakriti. Discernment doesn't employ inaction, but it involves action done in a way that doesn't hinder the attainment of release. If we realize that the Atman, or the true self, is the detached witness, serene and impartial, no action binds us. Though we engage in the great battle against imperfection and sorrow and work for world solidarity. Hari Om Tat Sat.